All right, everybody. Welcome. There were some new additions to Eternal over the last couple days. If I go into collection, we can see a new set down here, Defiance. The fifth major set of Eternal, Empty Throne, Omens of the Past, Dusk Road, Fallout Origin Port, and then Defiance, released 2 days ago? 3 days ago? 2 or 3 days ago, depending on how you're counting. But yeah, and with a new set release, as you might expect, comes a new draft format. We have a draft format that, if I go ahead and click on this nice button here, we can see that it is 2 packs of Defiance, 1 and 4, and then 2 of the curated packs. Now, the curated packs are different this time around. The last time it was 2 packs of set 4, and then 2 packs of curated packs containing cards between set 1 and 3. Now, this is 2 packs of set 5, Defiance, and 2 curated packs that contain cards from sets 1 through 4. The list of curated cards being heavily changed. From my understanding, what people have told me, Defiance is a set that is heavily influenced on 3-color factions. And the draft packs are meant to make that possible. So hopefully we'll see some good common fixing. We'll see the ability to make these 3-color factions work. In order, I believe we have... they all have their own names. They all have 2 names, which is really confusing. There's Abzan, white, green, black. There's Esper, white, black, blue. There is, was it black, blue, red, Teamer. But no, not black, blue, red. Not black, blue, red. Black, blue, green? Shit, I don't know the 5. I know it's Teamer. I know so it's Teamer, Abzan, Esper, Jund, Mardu? I guess we'll find out together. Anyway, I don't know I know there are multiple names for the factions. I think some of them have 3 names. I guess we'll learn them together. So, I see we've got people here. Connect Gibbon, NubQ, G-Volt, Massasaw. So let's go ahead and jump on in, and we'll learn about new cards together. We're going to do a pair of these tonight. So, alright. So this is one of our cards here, one of our factions. And these are a set of cards I am all in about. Judging by context clues, Defiance is the new set. Correct, it is the name of the new set. Karandon Cargo, this is a cycle. There's 5 of these at rare. They are seek power for 3 instead of 5 factions. But once you hit 2 influence of each faction, they become contraband. And when you play a contraband, it's much like Discover in Hearthstone. You are given a time card, a Justice card, and a Shadow card, and you choose which one of the 3 you'd like to add. So we're going to be taking this. We can see Blaze. This is the Fire Justice Shadow. So we've got Jund hanging out. We've got Teamer. This is a really good trick, by the way. And this is another one. Yeah, this is the same for... So, we see a lot of fixing already. There's fixing on this tower shield. There's fixing on Barrel Through, which is also just a giant growth, like a 2-mana giant growth. And then there's fixing on Be Gone, which is a slow teleport, but teleport nonetheless, bouncing weaponry. Alright, I'm not be picking the cargo, but I do want to use this time to go over new mechanics within the set, as we do see a couple in here. Sustaining Harp shows off Amplify. If you are familiar with Magic, Amplify is multi-kicker. Not just kicker, multi-kicker. When you play this, you may pay the Amplify cost any number of times to gain the effect. So, you can go ahead and pay any number. Like, this is effectively, this is an X spell. This is Stream of Life. You pay any amount of, you know, power and you gain that much life, effectively. Other new mechanics, Renown. Renown, if you're familiar with Magic, I'm going to be talking in those terms, is heroic, but only as an ultimate. Renown doesn't affect the first time you play a spell or weapon directly on it. So, Renown play a 3/2 Argenport Soldier means that if I play a weapon or a spell directly on Aerial Spotter the first time, I will do the text afterwards. So, for instance, the Lazy Fire Main, when I play a pump spell or a weapon on it, specifically it is you, not opponent. You'll get that effect. We have another Amplify card here. This is grab a random sigil from your deck, amplify any number of times. Whenever you play a unit, create and draw. Is that a heavy axe? Yeah, it's a heavy axe. Nice. That's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the cards quick before I pick Kierendon Cargo, because I really want to be playing these. So, Mug is Coercion. Look at your opponent's hand, choose a non-power card, discard it. I'm sorry, you have your choice, so that's great. This is X spell, gain a bunch of life, not so great. Now this is cool as hell. When every unit you play gives you a 2/1 weapon, and as we see, Renown is an ability in this set on colors that would like that. In addition, you can just like play a bunch of Grenadin and then get a bunch of axes. Blaze. We've got deal damage to an enemy equal to the number of units you gain that much. Armor. Your number of units. So, this can go anywhere. Tower Shield is a fixing piece. Feels a little underwhelming as a just sort of gain. Unless you have interaction with this, this is just gain 4 armor. Aerial Spotter is one of those targets you want to throw a thing on. Barrel Through, I think, is one of my favorite commons that I've only seen, like, this pack here. But, my goodness, that's fixing on a pump spell, and I love pump spells. I'd play this even if it wasn't, I would play this in a deck even if I wasn't playing Fire or Primal. Yeah, notable about this is a relic weapon not going on a unit. Replicator Engine. Replicator Engine rules. I kind of want to play more with this card. Summon. Draw a Replicator Engine. So, I think the Forge is the pick. I think the Forge is strong. My gut tells me just to want to go with the... I'm going to go with the Cargo to play with this, and also... I think the heavier reason I'm going to go with the Cargo, to be quite honest with you, I think of all of the Cargos as auto-craft. Like, this is a card I will want to craft 100% if I am playing a deck that contains these 3 factions. Meaning that it is an auto-pick because of that. Alright, and I think that's everything. So anyway, the Forge I think is next, and I would honestly say Barrel Through is on my list of next up, or maybe doing something dumb. So, Cargo's up. Glacier Shaper. 2/4 for 3, that's decent stats. Renown, play a Glacial Monstrosity with power toughness equal to the cost of that spell or weapon. And Overwhelm, okay. So whatever you use to target it, you get an XX, where X is that. Okay. Axe Sharpener, create and draw a copy of each weapon. Oh, wow. Yikes. So this is the Axe Liker, Axe Haver. You go all in on this and you don't feel too bad because unless they have to feeding time you to really, or bounce you to answer that. That's cool as hell. Ruckus Rouser. Renown, you get power this turn equal to double the whoa. So you get a double refund. So if I play a 2-cost spell on this, I will go from like 5 power to 3 power and then gain 4 going up to 7. The tokens, these are common fixing. I didn't realize these were common. That's really good. Excellent. So the tokens gain one of your choice, but they're of 3 and they come into play depleted. So, we have more Yetis that like, we have Snowball likers. That's nice. +1 power if you have another relic. Okay, the, relic liking is the Esper thing going on here. Pledge is a different mechanic. It's a very odd and mechanical one. On your first turn only, a card with Pledge can be played as a sigil. So if this is in your opening or your you know, initial draw, first turn, you can play it as a sigil. Only during that turn it counts as your sigil play. You can't double play them. If you have multiple cards with Pledge, you can't play all of them. You can only play one. It is your power. The idea here is that it lets you, because this is an 8-drop, if this is in your opening hand, it's basically a dead card, right? Like, it doesn't do anything. If an 8-drop in an opening hand is super dead and won't be live for a while. But if you play it as a power, that's great. It also is, from my understanding, it's a power with one of the factions. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good common. Draw, discard. That's expensive, but lifesteal's pretty real. You need an evasive creature. That is 6. Ooh, this is good fixing. I like this. Play 2 rats. Can't block. Gain a... Alright. Whenever you play a relic, draw the top power card of your deck. Huh. That seems like a combo card if I've ever seen one. Like, build a constructed deck that's heavily based on, like... I guess, like, Xenon Obelisk is a big liker of this thing. Alright, anyway, Token of Vision is a good choice to go with my cargo. Just go, like, stay in on that and maybe find powerful cards to go with it. If I want to go even deeper in on, like, multiple colors, I could pick up Scavenge, which is fixing for the green in here. But would allow me to go into 4. The other thing I'm looking at is the Axe Liker. Yeah. Because that's a really... Not only... It isn't, like, draw all the cards, it's draw copies of all the cards. Hell, if I had picked up the Forge, that would probably be an auto-pick, wouldn't it? That said, this is probably a good direction to look at. Yeah. That seems like an interesting direction. And, worst case, it is a River Crocolisk. Gets the job done. Okay, let's go with that and see how it turns. Amplify 2, exhaust an enemy unit. So this can multi-kick, exhaust any number of units. Kill an attachment, draw a card. Sure. It's fast. It's fast. Ooh, empower +1/+1. And it's got pledge, so it's fine in openers. Conflagrate. Ooh. Ooh. So, I think this is our torch replacement, by the way, just so you know. So this can kick really hard. Like for 7 it can double. That's fine. Honeypot's nice if you have a good relic. Whenever you play a relic, Cabal Scavenger deals 1 damage. Okay, so another relic liker. Interesting. Renown, you gain an Aegis. Sure. Okay. What if Conflagrate's fine? I kind of like that. What if we're in 4 color, not blue? What if we find a way to make that function? We pick up some more tokens. Ooh, what do we got here? Renown. If the spell or weapon costs... four or more, play a +1/+1 weapon on each unit. Otherwise, just play one on Deadeye. Dead on! Wow. That's a good zero-cost spell, let me tell you what. Be Gone. I actually kind of want a couple of these, then. Secret Passage is pretty cool. When it comes into play, give your unit unblockable. Once per turn, you can pay 2 to give one of your units unblockable. Sacrifice it at end of turn. That does not have a duration. So... Hey, wait a minute. This is one of the Disciple cards. Are the others in here? This is just a little scorpion that gets made off Disciple. Are the 2/2 flyer and the 3/3 overwhelm in here too? That'd be pretty rad. Those are good cards. Empower Flying and Warcry. Interesting. Alright, I'm gonna go with my gut and get ready on fixing so that I can play like 3 to 4 colors. Reckless, Renown, play 2, sure. Sadistic Glee. What is this? What is this? What is this garbage? What is this? Who are you? Oh my god, okay. I'm probably taking the token here. Let's get more fixing going. How many glees would you need for this to be real? It's a 5/5 no text for 6. In draft, it's a little better than that. In draft, like, if you actually had enough mill cards, because of a 45 card deck, like, that's legitimate. But, like, you would also have to have such a wide board that, like, to make that real, that you probably should have won. Like, I guess this is a buster, right? Like, this is, instead of having a flyer, you have a buster. I'll take the token. Whenever the cursed player plays a unit exhausted... Sure. Each unit in your hand. Yeah, look at this smile. Ooh, you may play an additional power this turn. Okay. So, like, interesting. Ghostsoul Recruit. And the Runic Protector. Spitfire, huh? What if all of my opponent's units came into play exhausted? Like, they can't play blockers, they can't play charge units. Is that real? I don't know. I don't know if that's real enough for one. Having a relic is kind of nifty, I suppose, but... I'm gonna pick it and see. Ooh, Amplify. Yeah, that's a good Amplify card. We have a sort of common pledge ones. That's really good. So Amplify on this, if I draw this late game, I can just make a bunch of charge cats. And if I draw it early, I can just play a 2/2. So that seems fine by me, cats. Cat. Ah, the right. Okay, alright. Whenever you play a spell, Softfoot Burglar gets +1/+1 this turn. Renown, create and draw a treasure trove. 2, draw a card. Oh. That's slow or fast? I might guess slow. Interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and bear arms. Flying while you have a relic. Sure. Oh, hey, it's, they printed Mental Misstep? I guess they can't hit units, yeah. Sure. I guess that exists. Ah, the Dirk. I'll take that replicator engine. Okay, woo, hold on. Whenever you or one of your units hits the enemy player, play a 3/1 summon Flame Infernus tribute, play 3 Infernus instead. You said there's ramp, right? Ramp exists, right? How big can we go? That seems legitimately big. So, this card's also really damn good, now that's a 2/4. Trailmaker would be great, Volcano Banner would be great, Ruination Sledge would be great, Agent's Choice would be great. I actually think Trailmaker would be my number 2, this is number 3. I might go for it. Yo, nice! Hey, Frontline Cyclops, nice to see you back. Haven't seen you in town for a while. You're a pretty real card. We have a lot of fire going on. I like it. Like, this is a good 6/6. Alright. +6/+6 while you have a relic. Ooh, Grenadin. More fixing if I want Stone Scar Banner. I don't have a lot of relics at the Mo. I have the urn, but that's about it. I like Grenadin Drone a lot. The fixing is nice to look at as well. Do I just want to go, like, hyper wide with the fire and then have the rest of my deck be, like, sort of weird? Like, enablers to make it happen? Grenadin Drone's really good with Bear Arms. I guess Bear Arms on Axe Sharpener is going to look real nice. Like Sabotage a lot. Let's go with the Grenadins. I always like having ones, and it's a good one. Ooh, Stranger. Nah, yes. Hell yes. What are you? Oh, you fly. Hell yeah. There's some fixing Strangers back. They've returned. Also, Dragon Breath. Oh, Mentor. Oh. Sure, I'll take this over Rebel Sharpshooter. Another one of them. Jack's Choice is fine. Strength of the Many's good. Hoof Slash is good. Welding Torch is good. Obviously, another Stranger. The thing with Jack's Choice is that this is, like, 5 mana for, like, Assassinate. And, like, that's, I guess, a 1 mana discount on Cut Ties. Strength of the Many might be good if I end up with this Grenadin Drone, sort of, like, weird going wide thing. Welding Torch is also a good one. Welding Torch actually might be good because of Axe Sharpener. We actually want weaponry for our friend. Like, that's also a choice. Jack's Choice often fails to kill what you want needed to. That's my main problem with it, is it says kill an enemy unit not wielding a weapon, which, like, especially with Renown, like, we want to be wielding weapons. I don't like most of these. I'll pick Loyal Watchwing. Sure. Card's still fine at 6. Crackshot Fugitive, what do you do? Ooh, okay. Sure, and there's District Infantry. Sure, sure. Alright, good. Another Stranger on point. Snow Pelting. Deal 2 damage to an enemy for each of your Yeti. Okay, I don't care. There's one from each unit in your Void. Amaran Archaeologist. And a Copperhall Porter. Maybe I care about those two. Like, if I want to get to 11, Archaeologist is a sort of way to start moving up that. Copperhall Porter is also real as a 2. My time feels like a splash at the moment. I don't have any real reason to be in it yet. Other than I can be. So we'll see how that turns out. But there's also nothing else in here I'm super heavy on. Like, Copperhall Porter's okay. I'm gonna pick the Archaeologist. Another Crackshot. Rooftop Vigilante, I say. You like weapons on my units, huh? Yeah, I like weapons on my units. That's a really good reason to be in that Shadow Splash. Like, that's a reason for Stone Scar Banner and for the token and for the Stranger to be around. So that's a good reason for Shadow to work in my deck as Rooftop Vigilante. Especially when I have, like, I only have a couple weapons so far. Welding Torch is the biggest one. But that's a good reason to be in that. Spells one more. Do I want that Strength of the Many? I want another Rakano Stranger. Shield's also fine. I'm never, like, super duper impressed with shield, but it always does its job, right? Like, never gonna feel too bad about more strangers either. Like, when you're talking about 2-drops, strangers get the job done real nice. Kinda want that strength of the many, though. I don't have a lot of tricks at the moment. Field Captain, Argentport Banner, Berserker Elf, another Grenadin drone. More Grenadins, more power. Just go hyper wide. I like Grenadins. This is one of my favorite 1-drops, other than, like, Oni-Roni. There's Jack's choice again. Actual finest hour, huh? I feel like actual finest hour... Oh, man. Bright Mace Paladin and Rebel Sharpshooter, huh? I'm gonna go with actual finest hour, though. Mithril Mace. Stone Scar Banner. Ooh, Magenta Wisp. No, I like that. Here we can finally pick up our shield. Xenon Banner, that gets things done. Sure, Ember Ring. Might play that axe. Alright, pack 4. What do we got? The Phoenix Hammer. When you play your 3rd spell in a turn, draw this from the void, amplify 1. I don't think that's ever getting recurred, is its main issue. What is this? Research Assistant. Pay 2, sacrifice to get +3 power, and then gain. Alright. Huh. That's cool removal. That's dangerous as all hell. Ooh, but what if... Reverse Oni-Roni. What if it's not Oni-Roni? The Roni-Oni. Alright, what do I like out of here? I like Token of Ambition, I like Oni... I like the Roni-Oni, I like... Barrel Through? I think that's about it. So I think this is Token versus another, like, versus the Oni. I kind of want to try out the Roni-Oni. Yeah. Pistol Whip, give one of your units +2/+2 stun and... +1/+1 this turn for each of your units. Oh. That's a good pledge. Ooh! That's like a stranger, but better in basically every way, huh? Resilient Wagoneer. So this thing attacks... Probably as like a... Basically can't block. And it really likes my, like, Grenadin drone plan, huh? Fireheart Recruit plays really well with pumps at all. I feel like... And then Pistol Whip, like, I wish was... Bannerman. How many 2/2s for 2 is too many 2/2s for 2? Okay, I like that. Ooh, I also like this Sentinel. That's pretty big. If I'm going like late game, big game, that's the sort of thing I want, is something that immediately has an effect when it comes down. Rallying Banner seems good too. That's sort of a wider thing to do. Like if I'm going wide, I can just give one unit the Hyper Exalted and go to town. It's also cheap. Let's get Warcry. Yeah, this would be good. Ooh, that's actually Shadow. I thought that was I did not think about that. I literally thought this was Primal because of the art. Like, I didn't look at the... I didn't really look at the influence. I looked at this and thought, like, oh, that's Primal, and then looked away. I think that might actually be a better pick. That's a lot of war cry going on, and I like the size on that. Yeah, let's try that. Oh, damn. The Rust. Sacrifice a relic to play Rust. Ooh, play a... Okay, so I need to have both. Ooh, what's this one? Oh, hell yes. Display of vision? Sure. We're in the splash enough for this, and then, like... We can't use it to fix... Well, we can use it to fix for fire, but we shouldn't need to. I like it more as a -1/-1 at instant speed or an attachment kill. I think that's worth it. Ooh, another one of these. Ho, ho, ho. How much war cry do I want? I'm fine with more cry. Renowned killer, huh? Oh, the renowned killer. We also have another Ronioni. This is useless in secondaries. I'm gonna take this pledge card, it looks like. Yeah, that looks like the... Empower, gain an armor. Well, sure. It's nifty. Yo! Now there's a card that changes the dynamic of the deck. We talked about the Forge a lot earlier, huh? So I'm fine picking up a Sentinel. I kind of want something big. Renown, play 2. Alright. So, let's go ahead and build up. I think that'll be our starting point. 1 replicator engine. Alright, so let's actually do this first. I want to kind of add in the fixing pieces to begin. Wish that first flame had pledge. That'd be a pretty nice place for it to be. Alright, let's go ahead and put in the Grenadines. Enigmatic Sentinel, Shirogane Forge, Recogulator. I don't even remember picking Recogulator, to be real. Don't mind me, I'm just putting everything I feel like in this deck to start, and then we're gonna work from there. Display of vision. Okay. So right now we're at 32 with these banners. We need to cut down to 18 power. Question is, if we cut down that first flame, is that where we knock it down? Like, that's a reasonable place to knock it down. If I knock that down, I can knock out the Amaran Archaeologist. Unit count is good. So, yeah, cutting out Amaran Archaeologist and First Flame. Because we didn't get one of the, like, ramp cards I wanted, which was, like, the play a random sigil from your deck, Amplify. Which is sort of where we want to be if I'm going to do that. Kind of want to cut the shadow down to a minimum as well. Maybe that magenta... No, Magenta Wisp is good enough to play on a splash like that. So let's go ahead and cut out this. We'll call that fine. How good is Blaze going to be for us? Honestly, it probably kills a you know, evasive creature, and that's good enough for me. All our weapons look fine. Oathkeeper's Hammer is the one I'm, like, on the fence about, but I like Lifesteal on something large. I don't know. Maybe that's unnecessary as well. Like, Lifesteal on an evasive creature, Lifesteal on the frontline Cyclops is pretty large. Do we fully cut time now? No. I might cut that Be Gone, because that's not worthwhile, but there's no, like, I would not want to cut Cargo or Display of Vision, I don't think. At the end of the day. I think Be Gone's a fine cut. Because we have enough fixing on time that I'm okay, especially when our time is literally, the only card that's actually time in the deck is the Display of Vision. And I think the card's powerful enough that I'd be willing to play it on that one splash. The Cargo is like Justice or Shadow fixing, right? This is Seek Power. I wouldn't cut this. Well, I would not cut Seek Power from a deck. Especially a 4-color deck. So yeah, cutting out but cutting out that bounce spell makes sense. What are we at? We're at 32, 29. I need 2 cuts. Like, I'm looking at the hammer and I'm looking at my 2-drops and thinking maybe there's something there. Do I want to play the other Valkyrie Arcanist? Is that fine to play at 6? Like, that card was incredible at 5. It might still be fine at 6. I'm gonna get that out, and then Recogulator's another option I get rid of at 4. That might be it. I don't feel like that card adds a ton. It was a last pick, and it wasn't something I was super in on. It was just something I saw, and I was like, oh, that's nice. Alternately, how well would I be playing 17 power? Probably not. Not on this, like, 4-color mess of a thing, you know? So, yeah, maybe it's the Recogulator and then we call this good. Alright. So, I need to be playing a single Time Sigil to grab with this. I think I need to be playing a single, maybe 2 Shadow Sigils. Like, all of my fixing down here is Shadow. One of my Strangers is Shadow. Those are my Bannermen as well. Okay, maybe 2 or 3. So, like, 3, the Time Sigil, and then, like, 6, 5, Fire to Justice. That Shadow might be a little overbearing, but we have a lot of... The problem is we have a lot of power cards, I feel, on that. So I want to be making Shadow drops on 4. Okay. This looks good. This looks like a mess at times, but it also looks interesting. The Forge does a lot to give us some sort of, like, staying power in a long game. Alright. Call that good. If we think we need to make changes to the mono base, we can. Ah, we're facing King DDDDD. This hand looks fine. Bannerman fixes for green. All factions. I could use something more. Yeah, that seems okay. Bannerman, again, Bannerman fixes for the green, so I'm okay with the hand. Thanks, Bannerman. Alright, there's on the mulligan. There's also the secret double mulligan. Oh, that should have just been Xenon Banner. I'm sitting there thinking, like, I can play that on turn 3 and it'll be great. Stranger's back. Cool, so we got our vision. I think this actually... So this gives us a little bit more lies about what our deck is about, I suppose. If that comes in, I won't block, because I have a 2-3 coming down next turn. I also like the ability to grab a power out of my deck right now. Display of Vision seems actually pretty good on that. Yeah, my friend, if you want to permafrost my... Oh, shit. I'm sorry. So, trading posts, or sites. This is a Planeswalker. This is just a Planeswalker. That's what this is a Planeswalker. When it comes into play, you choose one of the 3 spells under it. Call the Ancients, Ask for Directions, Weather the Storm. At the beginning of next turn, it's going to do another, and then at the beginning of the 3rd turn, it'll do a 3rd. After it does its 3rd thing, if it ain't dead, it plays the unit associated with it. On the following turn afterwards. So, like, it's a Planeswalker from Future Sight. I've kind of gone over this in the past, but in olden Magic, in Future Sight, they tried really hard to have... let's go and grab our second Justice. It does take up 2 spaces, which is irrelevant in draft. But yeah, the original Planeswalker idea from Future Sight was that they would come into play, do a thing, and then they would tick up, like, and just do the next thing. And you know, some games some games just aren't winnable. That's tragic.
Trust and experience.
We forge what we need.
Yeah, so Call of the Ancients shuffles 4 of these Titans into their deck. And I cannot beat that card on, you know, turn 3. Or 4, I suppose. So if I play Frontline Cyclops next turn, that might be alright, because then I can attack with it and get the kill with Strength of the Many. I could attack the site. There's a 6/6 in the way. It, like, this is attacking a player if you try to attack this. Like, if you try to attack a site, it's not like it goes in for free. Like, your opponent gets to defend just like any other play. So now there's no point in doing anything about the site. It's already done its job. Sites also have a passive ability. Torgov's Trading Post is at the end of your turn, discard a random power card from your deck. So it keeps deck thinning. The idea there is that it also charges Torgov, who needs 10 cards in the grave, and there are currently 8. So
By spell and steel.
That's gonna get real bad real fast. So I can attack the site if I want to kill that passive, but to be quite honest, I don't. Okay, 5th power. I'm willing to take that hit. If Torgarv comes in, I'm willing not to take that hit. I'm willing to chump then. Could double block on Torgov? That'd be okay. Let's double block on Torgov. That gets me a Gem Blade, which is a +3/+3. Okay. Just keep getting in. The more they thin the deck, the more chance they have of drawing those. Sweet. Please, do so. I accept your infinite block. Dude, come on! I want it. I want the infinite block. They might just take 9. Sure. Okay, our opponent has an Aegis. Good thing. Opponent's on 5 power. They're gonna have a bit of trouble getting up to the point where they need to be to play that card, so that might be dead. Do I want to chump this? I might. Yeah, let's assume chump that. Do they have a negate? Oh, they have a negate. Oh, shit. That's a terrible, like, final card for them to have for me. I believe I'm just dead from that final card being a negate.
Glory in battle.
So yeah, sights. They're planeswalkers. They're as powerful as planeswalkers. I believe that they are incredibly strong. A lot of them have like a unit attached to them. A kill spell attached to them or something like pretty reasonable like that on top of it. And then if they're not killed very swiftly, there's like a discounted unit that comes behind them. Anyway, I feel like our deck performed admirably for what we did face. Our 9/9 Abyss was walking pretty strong. Like, that had the opponent kind of pushed back, but the Titan was the cincher. Alright, Shadow Fission. Oh, I like this. Yeah, I can't explicitly play Display of Vision, but that's fine. This goes wide pretty quickly. I have a lot of ways of fixing for that vision, so for the time.
Another glass?
Wow, that's a good one. So empower +2/+2 this turn, and it's deadly. That's a good blocker too. Nice.
We pass judgment.
Okay, I like the idea of Clan Hunt Caller. Hand off a lot of War Cry. Okay, they've got a token. Sure. That's fine. Alright. So next turn I play the Hunt Caller. That gets us a number of War Cries. Damn, that's good. That card's real strong. Okay, they didn't make a play either. Wonder if they have some sort of ambush then. No, just get the War Cry in. Nice, War Cry 2. So they didn't have a play on 4, huh? God, this thing's quick. I'm sorry, hold on. That's a what? Wow, way to make Aerial Ace feel like garbage. Damn. So I can't really go in on this. Because they've got this Death Toucher now that can hang back after it's done its pile of damage. I'm gonna just get the Forge down. Hopefully we can play Valkyrie Arcanist and block that. If I draw a 6th power, that'll be nice. We need to deal with that flyer is our current major issue. Wait, Nightfall exists? Huh. I really thought Nightfall was just fake in this format. That's pretty nice.
By spell and steel.
So the problem here is that this dies immediately. How am I going around this thing? God, it even has... Yeah, so there's the immediate kill. How am I going around that? Because it has Aegis as well, so I can't just step on it. I think I need to accept the death. Or welding torch it down and then just get in for a lot, and I might be able to kill next turn with like cats. Okay, opponent's on 10. I've got 9 points of power on the board, and I can go even wider than this. So our opponent needs to do a lot of blocking in order to stay standing. What the hell was that? Oh, wow. Tap out to give plus... Okay. So if I go... Amplify 1? I think that's the safest. And then I amplify 1, and then I play all of my axes on things on the side. So axe, axe. So they can block the 3/5 and then they'll die. We got cats and axes. Nice. The beatdown worked. Thanks, Forge. Damn, that Forge was really good. Just thousands of axes get hurled at our opponent. Chuzam guy, 4520, born in the year 1945-20. I'll keep this. I don't like how unit light it is, but I like its faction balance a lot. Ah, the cataraxes.
We forge what we need.
Alright. So we've got a lot going on here.
Our steel is sharp.
So this renounce for an axe, right? Yeah, renown for an axe. Damn.
Axes up.
Axe is wild. You got it, boss. I'll beat you down first. I don't believe. We did have a way to break that permafrost in the other game. That would have been nice. Alright, so yeah, we're on full power. We don't need any other factions. Another time power would be nice because then our cargo would be contraband on draw. I wonder how all in on this 4-4 they go. I know they've got the axe, so they can play it and make us 6-5. How deep are we willing to go, though? And then it makes a 2-2 on death, right? Yeah, wielder dies, make a 2-2. Sure. It's pretty good renown. Again, 2-2 body for 2 is legit. Like, alright, there's the axes. Sure, I ain't bothering with that. You got it, my friend. Would like to draw...
Sharpen that blade.
Oh my god. Speaking of axes. Oh, hey, that's actually really nice. So this gets us our other time. So now we're fully online. Alright, how deep? How many axes do you have for this? The axe sharpener could be wielding some heavy weaponry, you know? Our opponent seems like us, but on a less, like... Well, for one, they're missing power drops. For two, the hook. Alright, let's just deal a bunch of damage to our opponent, huh? Okay, so they get a 2-2 out of that deal. We hold this power, because there's no reason not to. What are the drop chests good for? The orbs, I have no idea. The cards? I mean, they're cards. They give you cards. Okay, problem is I need, like, I don't want my opponent to recover. Like, the longer this game goes on, they're actually favored pretty heavily. Because we don't have, like, they're at 11, sure, but, like, we need more out of this.
A parting gift.
Okay, so now I have an info blocker. Nice.
By spell and steel.
That's a good draw there. That's an evasive creature that if they kill, we get a second piece of, like, interactive elements for our opponent. So, like, it's not easily answered. That's a good card for us right now. The Reckless 6/6 would be another good draw. Contraband's another good draw. Welding Torch is pretty much a good draw. I'd be fine with that. We'd need another power for it, but it's... Okay, opponent's on 5 now. So they could start playing pretty real stuff. They might, like, gun down or some sort of effect on our 3/3. That's basically exactly what I okay, that'll do it. Ooh. Units give Warcry this turn, huh? We're gonna do that next turn. I think this turn they're gonna chump block to save their mace. Because they can't, like, block fully and kill. There's no trick for that. There's the invulnerability, but I think that might be slow. Endure. My gut tells me that's... Oh, sweet. Alright, let's get some damage in. Do they have a Vanquish style effect? A downfall, perhaps? Is that the reason they left that alive? No.
Location, 42 by 23.
Okay, well,
Down the mountain.
I'm willing to Warcry these. they've already done their job. Looks like they might have a trick here. A giant growth? Wow!
You will pay for your
Holy
crime.
shit! Cost 3 or less, huh? Okay. Yikes. What a hell of a spell that is. I guess if your spell's named after the set, it better be good, right? So we got a lot of war cries off there. That's our big hope, is that we draw into a relevant body.
I love a good fight.
Quick draw pledge. Alright, let's play that. We'll gain the justice. I feel like this body's doing more for me on the back foot. It's a good attacker if I happen to draw into something real. We have a good blocker. Yeah, my hope with the war cry was mostly that, like, the 5/5 straight was looking pretty good, and even if they, in my mind, if they had something like a finest hour, you know, something along those lines, we weren't too overwhelmed, but clearly. Okay, so an obvious block in my mind if they have a kill spell, like a, yep, that's a good way to get down. They got a lot of relic weaponry, which is pretty good. Oh, now that's nice top deck for us. Amplify, amplify, amplify. Let's go. Cats have arrived. And now we've got super blockers. This trades with like Axe Sharpener, something like that. We don't get this off the table. Do I want to wait till my 5/5 can attack before we go in with that? Opponent's on one card in hand, so they're likely... but we know it's not power. We know that it's very highly likely to be live. What is worthwhile here? If I go ahead and rip off one of the... I think I don't know how long I can wait. Let's kill off the axe. Obviously, they have to block with axe and such, so let's kill off the axe sharpener before it gets something silly. I know we have some cards that go well with this board setup, and I do want to do a little bit of... The war cry is also a big reason on making that attack. I don't like the one-for-one trade there, but at least our board is fully under our control now. Okay, how much time do we probably have? We've got... Like, any cat connecting would kill the musket. The problem is, so if they attack with a 3/1, like, if I block with a 5/5, ooh, that hurts. Because that makes a 3/3 to go with it. Oh, yikes. Okay. How are we winning from this position? Out of all the plays they had on 5 mana, I don't believe there was a more effective one than that. Let's go through what we've got on deck. What could get us out of this position? Like if I double block that, I would go to 5. Have no cats left. Kill one cat. Need to draw... It might be to win I don't block here, which is obviously a strange thought, but I think if I'm going to win this game, I need my full board. I don't think I have much of a chance here. They're going to kill one of my cats. They're on 7. Even Torch doesn't get it done, and that certainly doesn't get it done. Like, I think the only cards I had there off the top that would have been good would have been my 3 damage split, which because I could do that twice and kill the flyer and like another ground unit, or like the cargo, which could have pulled something abracadabra out of a hat. You know, Sandstorm Titan shows up to party, and then all of a sudden everything stops. All right. All right, let's see if we can get this up to even odds. That's where I want this one to land. What's up with Talent? This is that really weird Talir spell that's like a time twister for everybody. Cargo to leave a witness? Hell yeah. Yeah, like, the cargo was the biggest out, you know? Cargo into, like, -2/-2. Ronin X. Alright. Looks like a hand I might not want to keep. I don't like the 8 in it. I don't like being off this many colors. I do like that I have, like, Conflagrate Oni Samurai around, but I can't play the Oni Samurai till 3. Like, the problem is I really don't like this 5 and this 8 here. I'm gonna redraw. Okay, that's better off. I like having the Rooftop Vigilante on 3. Let's go ahead and just play the banner on 1. Getting the Grenadine Drone on 2 is fine. Rooftop Vigilante is incredibly powerful. Oh, with the Strength of the Many backup. That's good. Alright, let's see what Rodin X has to say. There's a good blocker, indeed.
I've got a clear shot from here.
So we're going to be war crying a lot. If we get weaponry, that's all the better. But I just love this card as just the war cry text. Flying war cry 2/3 is way above the curve. Not going to bother getting into combat with that. Not until I actually have my thing up and running. Okay, +3/+3 means that it's 6 toughness, 4 from this, 1 from the block. We're still alive. So. That gets in for 5. Good stuff. Speed Ronin's older brother. 2-color, yeah. That sounds right. Like, I think like, the color for, ooh, Moondial. Alright. I'll take some free card. Donka. Again, that was a card I just didn't realize was like an available card. Okay, I like having this. At some point, Display of Vision's gonna turn on, and we can, like, maybe kill that Moondial. I think this says attachment, right? On an enemy. Okay, no, that doesn't work the way I want. Do they have a 5? Or are they just gonna... Yikes! I'm sorry, this is what? Oh, that's Relic Raider, but, like, way bigger. Like, Hoofa, okay. So this is like a way better version of the original, not Relic Raider, there's a 1/3 that does, like, attack, draw, block, gain some life. But it used to be a 4/4. Relic Raider, that's it. Okay, so I can put Display of Vision on. Oh, our opponent's themed with the moon. In the name of the moon. Valkyrie Arcanist is, I think, our go-to here. I can also play the Bannerman and leave up Display of Vision. That wouldn't be too bad. The reason I like that is because we can double block this 5/5 with 2 3/3s and feel pretty good about that block. Sure.
This ought to hold.
Bannerman gives an influence of your choice on play. So if they go for a relic weapon, something like a power change stick. Okay, they're getting chump blocked it is. God, and this has card draw on it too every time it attacks. That's so dangerous. I do not like this position I'm in. The 1/1s are fine pulling off the chump blocking here. I don't believe the bodies are relevant enough.
I love a good fight.
Trust and experience.
Okay. Now they might second guess themselves on attacking here. I still would. I mean, it's got a card draw attached to it. In this position, I'm actually willing to take the 5. The moment I can get a weapon on this, it gains Deadly, and that with Deadly is, I guess exactly what it says on the tin. A lot of cards in hand. They might be off a color. I feel like our opponent's off a faction. Like, they've been doing a lot of, like, slow maneuvers. A sorcery speed, specifically a sorcery speed flash freeze reads... Okay, there's their other faction. Figured that had to exist. Okay. Let's keep on keeping on. Ambush? Some sort of another kill spell for this. What do you have? Oh, wow!
The shadow.
So this one, the knowledge display, is absolutely incredible. The removal on this, put an attacking enemy unit on the bottom of the enemy deck, is the literal most potent type of removal you could have in the game, bar none. There's no shuffle effects in this game, barring exactly one card. So, that card's gone.
By spell and steel.
Yeah. The fact that they've drawn 3 cards off of or they're going to be drawing their 3rd card off of that 5/5 is such an advantage. It's going to be very, very hard for us to, like, for one, they're on 6 cards in hand to our nearly top decking, and we don't have a life advantage even. No, there's no reason. I thought, like, whoa, what happens if I ship all in? But no, this thing stops shipping all in as an ever a viable option. Can make 2 cat. I think I'm gonna hold cat, though. There are cards that make bottom end of the deck the biggest, worst thing in the world, but, like, it's basically, it has to be like you are playing a rise to the challenge, you know? And in draft, it's
Time heals all.
Alright. Well, I can get rid of it. I can just get rid of the Lubin Defender. That's not so bad. Yeah, you sidestep Entomb. You don't put units in their void for things like spiders or things like, you know, things that count the units in their void. So I'm thinking about killing this, but I'm also thinking about literally just, like, saving this for their evasive creature. Because at some point they're going to play something evasive, and I do need to kill it. Right now, this is just going to town, and that's fine. Valkyrie Arcanist going to town's good. But, like, again, 6 cards in hand and they're missing power drops tells me that they're live cards. And sooner or later, we're going to need to deal with the correct live cards. So. Again, not the greatest of positions we're in. I feel like the second Gemblade is something I should have been playing in this deck. Yeah, I'll call that a mistake. Yikes. Okay. Cat. Cat. So this is like a smaller version of World Breaker. Not World Breaker. Sort of thinking of that card. They just want power. It prevents it. It grabs off the top, though. So it means their draws are stronger. Okay, that gets the job done. We trade a 3/3 for a 5/6. They get a depleted power, but that's okay. Archive Curator is a card I think would seal this game off pretty handily for them. Okay, hooks. I'm actually fine with the hook. That deals that. Sadly, it doesn't upper clock. Is the main issue there. That doesn't actually change the clock, and my goodness. Clearly, we don't have enough power outs in our deck. I'm gonna hold this still. I want this to be a surprise. Oh, speaking of surprises. Ambush, well, you have a relic. Alright, that makes sense. Cool sloth. Just kind of falls out of the tree onto your head. That's the ambush. You were walking too close to the tree. That's a pretty rad one. Okay. Opponent's on 10. Torch would put our opponent to 1. Interesting. They're giving that up. I want that not on defense. That's really important that I get that damn thing off defense. So, off the table. Yikes! Talk about cards I don't want on the table. Oh, crap. Yeah, our opponent's hand is just all big game, ain't it? Alright, we... I want 3/3/3s in play because that blocks that thing effectively. So I feel like Adaptive Predator is what we need to get rid of here. If this gains lifesteal, the game ends in a heartbeat. I kind of can't let that happen. We can put a thing in front of that and call it good. We'll lose our Wisp, we'll lose one of our Strangers, but we get this thing off the table. I haven't believed they've had a trick all game and that hasn't changed. There have been at least 3 instances earlier where if they had a trick, they would have played it. The most recent of them being a turn ago, when they, or 2 turns ago when they attacked with that 5/6. And they didn't have a trick then, so they don't have a trick now. That hasn't changed. Again, if they can deal with my Gem Blade, this game ends immediately, but they haven't been able to. Alright, that's sort of an answer. Huh. Well, now I have a humbug.
Ready. Aim.
Humbug still is flying, so if we draw into some of our equipment, we can still go to town. So that's better than it was if that was like polymorph, right? Like, if they pulled the trigger with polymorph, it would have been really bad. Alright, I am so sick of this goddamn thing. Our opponent's drawn so many cards off of this 5-5. Alright, let's just get the job done. Okay. Yeah, we used Strength of the Many already, so that's not like a worry. Double Shadow, does that change the effectiveness of our opponent's hand? I would guess yes. So our opponent can't gain life anymore by blocking, so now I have an all-out possibility. They don't have that gain 5 from this thing on block. God, what a really powerful card. I like it. Okay, Awaken double... Whoa. What are you doing? Awaken my masters.
I know it's around here somewhere.
Ba-da-ba-da. So they're gonna drop that 11 on me? Sam. Okay. It's all y'all that talked about playing the dumb, the mill them cards. Like, 2 for each. Yeah, that probably would have worked. Let's go with that. Calling good. If you're wondering why I held Grenade and Drone, it's in case I didn't feel like we needed more board presence that turn. In case we drew the Forge. Wow, Bawaba. How many cards do you want? Yeah, Hyper Amplify. Yikes. Amplify is multi-kicker. You can pay 3 any number of times when the card comes into play to do the effect. So they played their 3-drop and then paid that twice to +2/+2 and draw a card. Sup, get out of here. I can attack, get my opponent to 5. Glad you are enjoying slime. Again? Get it out! Stop it! You're gonna get in trouble. Okay. At least we have a thing that fights that. We have to defeat our entire opponent's deck. Rip. Yeah, you can sort of tell who has the advantage in this game just looking at deck sizes. If we're winning, it's probably because we have our full board next turn, right? No, everyone under the bus is a losing play. We could do it, but we lose our entire board, and there becomes no way to win the game. Like, you play to win, you don't play... You play to win rather than playing to not lose. Gun, sure. Speaking of playing to win, I believe... I mean, that's a good card, don't get me wrong. I'm quite happy with Clan Hunt Caller.
Down the mountain!
Honk! Honk, 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 honk. Multi-honk. Yeah, and that's sort of the sad part of the all-out is we didn't have the finisher. Alright, I feel like our deck was lacking in the late game and wasn't aggressive enough to be an early game deck. I think in the end, if I were to define the deck's failure, it's mostly that its pressure was incomplete. We have another game, we have a number of games where our opponent ends on 5 like this. And also, we don't have the late game to match, you know what I mean? So that's good learning, though. This is oh yeah, it is in here, sweet. Locusts. So yeah, all 3 of these. Also, that's a good card, by the way. I would play a lot of those. All right. Anyway, I did say we were going 2 drafts tonight because we had enough time for that, and so we're gonna go ahead and do so. Again, we will play this format and see what sort of bodies matter. Again, back in set 4, 3/3 was this like watershed. Everything was a 3/3, so 4 toughness mattered a lot. How true is that in this set? I guess we'll continue to find out. Moving on to draft 2. At the end of your turn, transform the wielder into a random unit that costs 1 more. Yeah, alright. We also have incredibly strong flyer. This one's really good because late game it'll draw a lot, and it's a big flyer. Defiance, yeah. That's a incredible 1-drop. We got a couple pieces of fixing. Like, we've got... Oh, we've got the Steward down here as well, if I'm looking at just powerful cards. So, if I were to define the cards in this pack that I'm most interested in, it's Shapeshifter's Mask, Courier Albatross, Defiance, Steward, and then, like, the fixing goes from there. I do want to try out this Mask, though. I'm a big fan of playing to have some fun. So, like, the Mask keeps going. It's +1/+1, and then it keeps going up and up and up. So we play it on a 2-drop, that becomes a random 3. The random 3 becomes a random 4. And they have to answer it pretty quickly. Ooh, what is Instinct? Instinct is 4 damage. Put one of your units in your hand to gain its power, or... Okay, so it's 4 damage. Alright, the Horn. What a weird relic. That's strange. Rat Cage. So Rat Cage is a really good relic. If I were to define Rat Cage as a card, this is a defect card from Slay the Spire. This is a card that is made for, like, the defect to go all in on powers, aka relics. We have Tumble Sloth. We've got Spitfire's not so great. So here's my debate here. I think there's 3 cards I'm looking at. So I'm looking at Display of Instinct. That's great. I'm looking at Rat Cage. Also great. It seems interesting. And Tumbling Sloth. And I think that the Display of Instinct is the one I find the most interesting. The fact that this is 4 damage anywhere, this is Mortar. If you're familiar with Mortar, that was a really, really high pick in set 2, and this is 3 cost. Mortar. Fast. So, I'm all about that. We also could probably find some good targets for the Mask in those color combinations. So, let's see if the Display of Instinct works out. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. If it is killed this way, transform it into a treasure trove and draw it. Ooh. Screw and tombs, huh? Other modes you might use. Yeah, you might counterspell. Twin Fang Cobra, what do you got? Negate is a good mode to hose renown. Does negate hose renown? I know under Magic the Gathering rules. Oh my god, I love this snack. Under Magic rules, like once you've done the targeting, you've done it. But I know most card games don't follow that rule template. I guess I take you on your word that it hoses it. Twin Fang Cobra. So, what is the entomb on this? We get a Deadly Fang. Okay. We get another Fang. That's a good time weapon. Huh. I like that. Conflagrate here is another, I think, pretty highly pickable card. Might be more than the Gilded Flame. Ooh. Here's an interesting removal spell. Fall Short. Kill an enemy unit without battle skills. So... Anyway, I think Conflagrate is the better card than the Gilded Flames in this instance. It does more damage and it's a little more flexible later. Also, if we are in the Jeskai way, you know, we can get things rolling pretty... Ooh, silence. Sure, that's nice. Alright. Dune Painter. Amplify costs are reduced by 1. This cannot make amplify costs 0. That's neat. We have another Tumble Sloth. We have the Renowned Killer. That's Warcry for each of your units. Yo, Warcry Infinity. Sure, that's real. So Dune Painter is interesting. Like, Amplify being cheaper can give us some real heavy power. So I'm interested to see if that's something we can pick it up now and maybe make it work. The other thing is in here, I don't think there's a lot that's super big for what we want to do. Tumble Sloth is cool, but that involves a pretty hefty shift in our identity. I like this card. Wow. That's actually really neat. That's a really nice relic for the relic deck, and also like a pretty good stopper. What's the egg do? Empower. Egg shakes. After the third shake, oh my god, egg. Wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Other cards in here of worthwhile note. Master Cartographer. I like this pledge a lot. Because I like 3-1 quick draw as a stat line. That's really good. That's an alright one drop. That fits well. Like, you actually want to renown that. Let's go with the mask and see how that plays. Plunder. Exhaust one of your units to create and draw 2 treasure troves. Sure. Sacrifice a relic to kill an enemy unit. What an odd. Huh. So you sacrifice like like, you know, we've already done the porcelain masks and we don't want the overwhelm. Or maybe we sacrifice the dumb bauble that gets played. Astromancer's Compass, Awaken. I kind of like Lazy Firemane here. It renoun's nice. We could also Awaken the Ages. But I guess Awaken the Ages is actually pretty nice if it has lowered Amplify. That can get rid of a lot of power really quickly. We'll find more units. Like this. Yo! Yo! Oh, goodness. Yo, we can amplify. We can make this Amplify 1? Oh, baby. Now that's a creature. Amplify. So, again, the Dune Painter lowers that Amplify cost to 1. And then this is Fireball. Like, you like Fireball? I mean, Fireball with 3 as the cost instead of, 1, but it does split, so I'm in. I'm gonna take... I'm actually take Scavenge here. I could take the Renowned Killer. Actually, the Renowned Killer's probably fine. I should pick the Renowned Killer. Let's not Let's not, like, go sidestep when we should pick up a card that's good for us. Pack Beast? I'm actually fine with a Pack Beast. Iron Hook's good, too, though. What the heck is a Sight? It's a Planeswalker. It is... If you're familiar with Planeswalkers, it is a Planeswalker mixed with, like, a Saga from the latest, from Dominaria. It's more in line with what a Planeswalker was in Future Sight when it did get printed. So, if we see one, we'll talk about it. We did see one in the first draft. Hopefully we don't see a second, but maybe we will. Who knows? Anyway, I'm getting distracted. I think Iron Hook is, like, still okay removal. This is Alchemical Blast, right? Like, that's just Alchemical Blast. Pack Beast is fine, too. We'll find more 2s. Oh, I guess we'll get more Iron Hooks. Sure. Oh my god, that's an Inspire and a half. This card, like, as not a rare, is a 6-drop, so... And then we also get to force a unit into combat. Yeah, this is always gonna be a hell of a pick. Final Shot's real, Dune Phantom's fine. I love Illumination Wisp. Craig Strangler's good as well. But yeah, this is truly the Jeskai way. Honor the Ancients, ain't it? Now this, though, Lumen Defender? That's real. I think Lumen Defender works well. So sorry that you're here, Lumbering Gruon. You're a fine attacker. Don't let me talk you down that much. You just don't block with this thing. It just has can't block. Yeah, okay. So yeah, this is not something we want. Lumen Defender, you're real. Ooh, Scorp Wasp. Yeah, Scorpion Wasp is real. Aerial Ace, yeah, Aerial Ace is still here. This card that's outclassed heavily. I also like Ruination Sledge. That would be a real pick, but Scorp Wasp is kill anything. So let's get that down to business. Dispel, Smith's Hammer, maybe just a Pirate Apt Hoof Slash? Combat tricks aren't going to be the most expected thing out of this. The only thing we have that is heavily combat trick is fire. When I think of combat tricks, I think Justice first, and then Shadow Fire second, and then, like, that's combat tricks. So, like, they might not be expecting those. Yeah, poor Aerial Ace. Indeed. So yeah, Hoof Slash, Flash Freeze also, Tower Top Patrol. I like the spell as well, like as a kind of control. I wonder if Terex Hatchling's still hanging out here. I don't think so, but I don't know so. Let's pick the Hoof. On the Hunt. Camel. Wow, a lot of cards in here. So, Dragon Breath is pretty good removal. Moondial's hanging out here. Wisdom? We could just get straight draw 2. Like, nobody's gonna feel bad about straight draw 2. Dragon Breath is pretty good with Heroic, though. Renown. Not Heroic. Renown. It's totally not Heroic. It's Heroic. Because it's like a one-sided fight, and we can have our, like, Iceberg Shine Feeder or our Temple Sheen or even our Scorpion Wasp or Lumen Defender do it. That actually looks pretty good for us. We have a number of pretty good mentor targets for this. Wisdom of the Elders is also hyper real. Like, nobody's ever gonna feel bad playing a Wisdom of the Elders. Let's get the removal going. We still need more units at 2. We need more strangers. Where are you at? Ooh, Sunglass Parma. Yeah, it looks like the pick here. Hey, there we go. There's the stranger. Yeah, let's get one of these down. That's good fixing. That fixes both of our problems. Like, we don't have a lot of 2-drops, and we don't have a lot of, like, yeah, that's hyper good for us. I guess if we're the Jeskai way, I need to have that monk generator, right? Like, Viper's Bite's so expensive. I don't like 4 on that. Yeah, Stranger, it's only the fixing strangers. It's not like you have all the others. You can't do, like, Hyper Stranger Zone, where you draft a bunch of strangers and go to town with them. I'll take more fixing. Yeah. Banner. Don't last rights. Sure, the thing's fine. It's a little expensive. I'll take a Dispel, too. Okay. Champ of Vengeance. Sure, whatever. Wormstone? How are we looking as a Wormstone deck? Okay, thank you. I haven't taken a look at the curated packs. We have Final Shot. We have Wormstone. How are we doing on spells? I'm not playing the Gift of Battle with what we currently have. Conflagrate, Dragon Breath. Awaken the Agents is Dispel, Display. Oofs. Okay. Not a ton. Not a ton. But we are only halfway through the draft. I could, like, shift to a more spell-heavy build. Final Shot's really good, too, though. That's a hell of a final, like, top-end piece. You play it on anything that looks at all like a threat, it becomes a hyper threat, and it has removal attached to it as well. Yeah, let me go ahead and do this for you one moment here. There you go. Yeah, okay, I think Wormstone can be fine. I think Final Shot competes with it, but end of the day, I'm more interested in the Wormstone. Mirror Image? Increase spell, yeah, sure. Mirror Image looks real here. We could also go with this Prospector, which we have a couple relics. Suffocate. Final Shot shows up again. I think this is the Final Shot pick. Sharpshooter's good too. Play weapon draw, cryptic etchings, play 3. No, I'll take Seek Power, sorry. Ahem. Renda's Choice, another banner. Wormstone 2? Sure. Ooh, I love Ancient Defenses. This is a removal spell, but it's a relic. That's really cool. We don't have a lot of Sentinels, but I'll take a removal spell that is also a relic. Rally. Ooh, hey. How you doing? Ooh, there's also a Violent Gust. I'm gonna take the Ambush because we need more 2s, but that's real. Oh, alright. Disjunction. Alright. Ah, Vape Town! Did you know that Time is the vape faction? If you ever wondered which faction vapes, well, there's your answer. I'm interested in this. That's a fast spell? Oh, dear. That's like a good version of a reality shift. Especially if we have a Dune Painter down. Yeah. That's also a spell, like, nice stuff. So yeah, Yetis as well is nice. So yeah, I'll take Maddening Whisper. What do you got? When Horde Leader attacks, your other attacking units get +1. So it has Warcry, the effect from the game Magic the Gathering. Renown, play a Barbarian Camp, which is your units have +1 power. We also have... Oh, the Hyper Power Liker, huh? Huh. Interesting. So if that dies at an opportune moment, everything goes super bad. And, like, we just get to awaken the Aegis for 5 or whatever. You can see the auto-out matrix of leadership, then you have 12 power. Yeah, we have enough things that can use that power. for Amplify that I feel like that's a good choice. It also has a sizable body and interacts with our Ancient Defenses to make it a 7 power Overwhelmer. So, I like that body. I like that. Horde Leader is also interesting. And I like Be Gone, but it doesn't fix for what we have. Yo ho 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 ho! Yo ho, yo ho! So there are arguments to be made for Token of Instinct, Storm Spiral, and Lazy Firemane. Maybe not as much Lazy Firemane. Storm Spiral and Token of Instinct, though, I'd accept arguments for. Look, this card's kind of unreasonably strong for its weight class in draft. Not as far as like a constructed. Seraph's Beacon, what do you do? Attack with 3 or more creatures. Put a Justice Sigil, and then play a District Infantry that empowers. +2/+2. Oh. Interesting. Bannerman looks like probably the pick here. Infused Guardian is fine. So is Sandcrawler. Like, those are both real. What is this? Fangs in the Dark. Attacking units get deadly. Sure. But yeah, Banner seems right for us. We need a little bit of help to keep our... What is Honeypot? Deal 1 damage to an enemy unit plus X, where X is the cost of your highest cost relic. Which in our deck is like 2 to 3. Which is fine, but we need 2 drops and we need fixing, so that fits both. Huh. Want to get big? I guess we can get big. I also have another Bannerman. I would not be opposed to getting a second Bannerman. So, Tunneling Gargantua. How big is this in our deck? The highest cost relic. I feel like I want 1 more Bannerman, and then I'm fine with my 2 drops / fixing situation. I'd take another Crest if I could, but... God, 11/11 Killer Worm. I can pledge with it, so that kind of is fixing on turn 1. It's an Elysian Banner-ish card on turn 1. Alright, how many 2s do I have? Yeah, Relic Weapons count. So yeah, Barkeeper's Friend is our top relic for that. Our most realistic relic is a Wormstone. Though if that's still around, we have problems. Ancient Defenses is also here. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that means that that's a 9/9, and that's huge. We have a pretty good way of ramping up with that. So... One, 2, 3, 4 playable 2 drops. I feel really bad on that number. And again, it felt like we weren't on hyper-aggressive lands these days. I'm going to pick it. Especially with the mask that gives it Overwhelm. Let's try that out. Display of Honor. Oh, god damn. Okay, so Saddle Up plus Life Steal, huh? Or a Polymorph, or pick up some weapon. Damn. Pack Beast gives us something. I don't want another Iron Hook. Do I want an 8/8? I don't know if this deck is a deck that wants another 8/8. It might be. But it also might just want Pack Beast / Sandcrawler. Kind of interested to play with more Pledge. Let's see how that works out, but... yeah, let's try it. Hey, here we go. Token of Instinct. Yeah, I'm okay picking up a token. We don't have one of these, and that's full fixing. We also have Research Assistant, which is fixing as well as ramp. But I'm good on the tokens. Another. If I had that other Bannerman, I'd be a lot more heavy on playing that Display of Honor, let me tell you. Okay, here's an interesting card. The Oblivobot. Empower. It dead. Rip. So yeah, Research Assistant, Tower Shield. Probably pick up the Grenadin here. The thing is, the Grenadin at least could pick up the Mask and start getting to town. Hey! No, I'm real on having a Magnetic Sentinel in our deck. We already have an Outrider. Some zeros? Sure, I'll take a Meltdown. I actually like this card. Okay. Okay, so to the build. First things first. Some auto includes. Seek Power all the way over here? Yeah, Seek Power's all the way over here. Alright. So, I think the first question is our deck going to be heavy enough on spells to play Wormstone? Like, Conflagrate's in, you're in, Ancient Defenses is in, Final Shot's in, Sentinel's in. This Junction actually seems kind of neat. Parma's fine, Awaken the Ages, Commanding Whisper, Lumen Defender, Moonstone Vanguard, Get Huge, the Killer, the Shapeshifter's Mask, the Dragon Breath. Okay, we're actually pretty close. Seek Power is always at the beginning. It's just like where Seek Power goes, and it's like the first card. I'm not super happy with our curve. Our spell list does look high enough to be able to play the Wormstones, though, which aren't currently in the list. But like 8 spells plus Sandglass Parma. We also have Disjunction. I'm going to put that in the list for now. Alright. Oh, and while I'm just at this stage, I'm going to put the other sigil, the Elysian banners in here, just so I've got them on the list. Okay, so 35, so 32, we need 3 or 4 cuts. We need 4 cuts. 4 or 5, actually, is closer to what I want. We can get away with a little less because we have some pledge cards plus a Seek Power. So, that's fine. Like, both of our 8 drops are pledge. So, like, in an opener, they're not killer. So what do we not like? I don't feel like there's much I can cut on the low end. Hey, Calcium. Like, I don't feel like there's a lot we can cut on the low end. Both the Bannermans, the Bannerman and the Skycrag Stranger are needed. The Huntsman is the weak link there. We don't have a lot of ways to target that. $15 units is the low. Yeah, I don't want to cut units as part of the other thing. I know we have 2 Wormstones, which are fake units, but quite literally, if we go any lower on this than 1/3 units, we're going to have a very hard time staying alive. So let's go ahead and start picking off cards that I think are a little weak in the main deck. Disjunction probably makes that list. How's Dragon Breath looking? Dragon Breath has some... like, the problem with Dragon Breath is that, like, it needs things like, kind of like our top end to be super functional. Like, Coastal Huntsman doesn't really work well with it. basically our 3s plus need it. It's okay on our Bannerman and our Skycrake Stranger and our Stormwings to kill small things, sure. Disjunction's fine. Yeah, it works with Scorpion Wasp the way you want it to. I love Parma, but the problem with Parma in this deck is that it, like, a lot of our best... We don't have a lot of cards at lower than it. I'm not cutting the mask. That's too funny for me to cut. I don't know how I like cutting Parma. Could cut the Hoof Slash. Could cut the Dispel. Dragon Breath. Yes. Yeah, the student deals its power and damage. So the student is what's dealing the damage. Yeah, we have enough relics for that. Should be fine as a 3/3 flyer. It also has Pledge again. Okay. I like our power setup because we have 3 Pledge cards. Hoof Slash could go. Honestly, a lot of our fire could go. Sort of what I'm noticing here. We're not super heavy on fire. So Hoof is less relevant without Overwhelm, but here's the trick, Shabadoo. Secretly, we have Overwhelm. Like, this 8/8 Runic Protector gets a lot better when it actually has Overwhelm. So... That said, I still think the Hoof Slash is probably one of the weaker things. Mirror Image is okay. The reason I like it in here is because we have a lot of top end. Like, a lot of cards that I'd be super happy copying with it. Pledge is that you can play it as a power on turn 1. So if this is in your opening hand or your draw, if you're on the draw, you can play it as a power. Let's cut that. 32. We need one more cut for me to feel happy with the deck. Because then we'll be at 17 power plus Seek power plus 3 Pledge cards. And that's high enough for me. A little worried about the Wormstones at this point, but I think that's okay. I don't really want to cut too much more there. Maybe just Dispel. I like Dispel. That's a good card. It throws things on the ground. How do you feel about Maddening Whisper? I love it. I want it in the deck. It's one of our only, like... It's the flip the table card. If we have a Dune Painter out, Amplify goes to 1, so this can just be like... And then we machine gun their opponent's entire board to their hand at fast speed. So... 16 with Seek and Awaken is playable. I'm kind of greedy. Yeah. Could be. The problem is we have a lot of these, like, 8 drops, and, like, I'm worried about that. I know the greed feeling, though. Reality Shift, but not bad. Yeah, that's exactly what I think of when I see Maddening Whisper. The fact that it's fast does a lot. I don't know what I want to cut. We'll just make it work with Pledge. It's like we have 3 extra power. 2 Elysian Banners, I think. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we don't have a lot of fire fixing as a 7, 8. Okay, we got more than that. Did that put extra power in my... Yeah, I'm at 47. Hold on. Nice try, auto power. You can't trick me. With the 2 banners and the token, that's actually... So we have more I'm gonna go with that. Okay, this one's greedy. We're liable to lose one of our games to being power light. However, solvent soup. Alright. Let's see where things roll here. Oh, it's got a little sigil over it. So that's cool and all, but, this is a hand with 2 8-drops, a 7-drop, and a 5-drop. I'm good. I think we can do better than this. If I had a second power for this, maybe. God, it's all 3 colors. Let's try it. We'll draw into it. This 8 makes me really uncomfortable with the hand. Okay, we've got 3 draws that let us play that. Oh no, the Locust. Alright, how do you like super slow starts? Just like the slowest goddamn starts you could imagine in the game of Eternal. The game does not treat pledge cards as power in your opening hand algorithms.
I walk the path.
Holy sh! Good God, that's a...
Time heals all.
Alright, I believe we have all but one of our time sigils out now, so... yeah, I'll try to make that trade. So the Locust is part of a, kind of a...
Ah, an unexpected find.
Oh my god, our opponent's going hyper in. Okay, one more and I can amplify this hard. Yeah, Wasp was made through, like, the Marsan's Disciple. Yeah, yeah, this thing. Locust, not the Wasp.
For those who cannot.
No!
Weak mind, weak form.
Yo, get in here. Sup, get in here. I'm forcing that 3/2 to attack or our opponent to use it. So, force my opponent to make that play. Oh, that is nice. Let's awaken my masters. Come on, fire. Alright, fire we got. Sweet. We're actually getting a lot of our power out of our deck. That's good. So our opponent also has 10 power now, so, that's something. Never forget. I can't believe our opponent's out-ramping us. That's incredible. I guess they ramped 4 times. Anyway, this thing can get going pretty huge. Or I can just, like, put that on our deadly unit, which is a pretty good 1-2. No? Oh, hey, what if I just do this? What's up? The crushing begins. 12 power! Alright, come on. Show me the 8 of the Huru. Oh, no. I wanted the 8 of the Huru. I really wanted them to have an outlet. Yeah, quick draw deadly seems pretty good. Alright, our opponent also had, like, the super slow, like, hyper power start, but they didn't have the top end payoff we did. Okay, alright. Next up on the list. I think I'm okay with this. We've got all of our colors. We've got Wormstone on 4. This seems fine. Format feeling a bit slow, yeah. Is that a pledge card? That made a noise.
We survive.
We pass judgment.
Yeah, only these strangers are back. Only the mana-fixing ones. There's no, like, all your strangers get, all strangers get plus whatever. There's nothing like that. That's dangerous. Goodness. I guess they haven't played any, like, actual...
Come, my friends.
What do you do? Renown play a 2/2 flying squirrel. Nah. So we have a 7/7, and I can just, you know, make another 7/7. Hopefully they don't have a way to kill it. That'd be tragic if they did. Oh, shit! Oh! Yeah, that, yikes. That's an incredible 2-for-1. I'm sorry, that is a, oh. So, sites we get to talk about. This is a Planeswalker again, as I mentioned. Just letting you kind of read the text on how this card works. There's a lot to it. So, it comes into play, it has that, you know, health. You can attack it as though we're a player. You have to attack all or nothing. If you're, like, attacking, you can't split. And it plays one card every turn. And then after it plays all the cards, it plays the unit attached to them as well. It takes up 2 unit slots as well, but...
This ought to hold.
Anyway, this is a game that has well fallen out of our control. Our opponent still has a gun down hanging out under that as well as just, like, a shoot for 2 if they want to just grab a sigil. Again, I compare them flat to Planeswalkers. I believe that comparison is 99% correct.
Who says you can't play with fire?
Yeah, sure, go to 1. Sites Unlimited have the text you wit. Yeah. Sites Unlimited tend to be... Oh no! Oh no! Blast it. Blast me. Snowball. Blah, blah. They didn't need the site to be the one winning that game. Play 20 Sandworms. Nice. The 2-for-1 on our 2 absolute positive most powerful cards was just enough to knock us flat out. Like, killing that Sandworm and countering the Mirror Image was easily enough to backbreak us. The site was irrelevant. So, anywho, let's move on to game 3 and see if we can get a little better going on against Maison, the Yeti. Oh, that is pledged too, huh? Sure, let's try this. I'm actually going to pledge this down. I don't like pledging it down, but it has the option also.
We survive.
Opponent did the desperation gambit. Ooh, indeed.
This ought to hold.
Alright, here we go. It is time for our dance to begin. Then... Ooh. Summon Ancient Bauble. Aww. How nice.
Weak mind, weak form.
That's better. Oh, that feels really, really good to call that one.
This ought to hold.
It's like, Jens, why didn't you attack with your 2/3 flyer? Oh boy, the Vanguard's here. This is like a who's who of our deck.
This'll draw a good price.
Alright, what's this swap out to? Ooh, Renown. Sure. And then they're going for Awaken My Masters. Very happy about the power of the mask. Somebody stop me. Alright. Next up. Ooh. Thanks, Shapeshifter's Mask. Well, that's a real fun card. I feel very happy about the game for having correctly identified the Lightning Strike in our opponent's hand and choosing to play around it. That could have been a very different game. I feel like we still would have had it had they spent the Lightning Strike, but... the earliest dud I can think of is, like, Idol of Destrin, but that's at 5, and it wouldn't die, it would just become a 1/1. Other duds at, like, 7+. Like, sometimes you get, like, a Sentinel or a Bird that has, this is Us's Bond, but even those are, like, a 3/4 flyer for 8. Or like a 4/4 gunman for 8. So, not the worst. Slug 360, born in the year 360, no scope. Sure, I'm in. All colors. Ramp. I like all colors and like a couple useful abilities. Some of the Valkyries up there that have... There's some units that have big summons that would be useless. How quickly do you think a slug can do a 360? Okay, and they played their crest. Ooh, Wormstone here is real nice. Okay, all three. Oh, mill, huh? The reason I'm doing that is because I want to be able to play Mirror Image and Worm on the same turn.
The forest holds many secrets.
Interesting. Ooh, and they had a relic, so they actually get a power for that. Cool. Good combos. Okay, so we should get two 7/7s next turn. Hopefully they play something worth dispelling, would be my want. Oh no, they get another Ancient Bauble, which they play, and then they get another... Oh my god! They're drawing all their power. Nice. Nice combo. Good stuff. Alright. So let's go ahead and... Moth out the air. Alright. Here's some 7/7s. And we have a good removal spell in hand, too. Lumen Defender plus, Yuwa Shock will take anything out of the way. Anything. There's no... Like, I would have to run into, like, some sort of Aegis thing that's bigger than a 7/7, you know? Okay, and they're scouting plus nothing, so... That bodes well for our current setup. Ooh, sure. Rip.
Trust in the shadow.
Goodbye, Worm.
Time heals all.
Seven power. They could still play... Wow, just destroy a unit. That'll do it. Gonna play that power because we have 8 drops in our deck. Sure, Frosty. That also has a good draw on it, and they're getting more power. Probably should have silenced that thing the more I think about it. That would have been a better silence target. Okay, having the... Ooh, okay. I'll hold that for now.
The forest holds many secrets.
Another stun, okay. And another relic, so they get another power draw. They're getting all their power draws off that card. Yeah, The longer this has gone on, the more I've seen that that card was well worth silencing rather than the flyer. The flyer wasn't enough of a threat. Fire! Let's get that out of here. Okay, again, our opponent has really strong long game because they have, like, scout plus draw on tap. Keeping that on top, sure. Damn. Well, I guess I get a 1/1 flyer. Sure. That'll be good for later. Okay, they want to draw some card, and that's fine. We want to draw one of our big units. Oh, that is nice.
The runes light the way.
That's real nice. So I want to draw one of my 8s at this point. Wow, they're just gonna get their deck thinned as much as possible. I think I'm gonna have to beat my opponent's entire deck at this point. Oh. Hey, I learned something today. Alright. My card does not work the way I thought it did. I thought I could, like, just go ahead and keep targeting that. Oh, that's fine. Gotta learn that sooner or later. Okay, that's a draw I'm happy with. Good goodness. So let's get this Moon Vanguard out. But yeah, now I know for the future. I wonder if our opponent has, Okay, they might keep drawing cards.
Pity would weaken us.
Okay. And then, like, gain some life. I like having a card draw engine on the board here. Ooh. A card draw engine I can defend. That's super nice. Unless they bottom a deck it with Display of Knowledge. But, you know. That.
Trust in yourself.
Get off the table! Alright. So now I've actually got attacks. 15 power for my opponent. They can't draw dead anymore at this point.
These ruins date back thousands of years.
Discard the top 5 cards? Oh my god. My. Oof, No, I would play it. You gotta play to win, I believe. I've always believed in playing to win. Let's get some overwhelm. I'm fine with allowing that trade at this point. Even like our best amplify spells are still being amplified 2 to 3 times.
Ah, an unexpected find.
Does that fail? Fail to find. No, it doesn't. Wow. Another stun. Holy shit. They've got nothing left. How are they winning this?
Weak mind, weak form.
Like, what could they have that results in the victory at this point?
Gather round.
Okay, silence my team is a strong start. I mean, all that does is really silence my Temple Sheen and my Deadly. It's a bit of an annoyance.
Join the show.
And silence my
Join
Temple.
the show.
But they can't silence off the Overwhelm.
Enjoying the show.
You can't. You can't silence off the... Oh, thank you. Surprise Lumen Reclaimer. Oh my god. That'd do it. Wow. Alright.
This ought to hold.
Oh, Echo. Don't be Thunderstrike. All I want that to not be is Thunderstrike Dragon. Okay. Goodbye! I respect our opponent's deck for being so absolutely unorthodox. They've got something really interesting there. So many relics, so many... But they seem to be missing the finisher, you know? What's the final plan part? What's your end game? Do you have a Mistveil Drake or some sort of flying threat? The Flying Aegis Pledge would be a good one. They just seem to be missing that. They had a really good early mid-game plan that put me to shame, but they couldn't convert because they... Ah, Captain Bloodbeard. Yar. Yar. I'm redrawing this. Yar. Sorry. Okay. I think I'm gonna hold that 8-drop. We've got 4 power in hand. I feel like we'll hit 8.
We survive.
Okay.
Our steel is sharp.
So this is a really, really good renowned target, so playing any weapon on this here is good. And Bare Arms is what we call a very good weapon.
Axes up.
As the game goes on, that's going to get very dangerous. That's an interesting post-combat play to make. Anyway, we know we got to play the Wormstone here. We'll try to kill that next turn with the with the block plus slash. That might not work. I need them to attack for 3 here, and then... Let's go for it. If they have a pump spell, that's fine, but... If not, we're in a really, really good position, because we get our 7/7. Oh, boy. Okay, sweet. They didn't have the absolute backbreaker. Alright, opponent's at 14 with 2 7/7s in play. That's it. That's the game, right? They could have had that fast spell to ruin me. Alright. And with our first couple drafts, we make our way up to silver. Let's see if we can continue the march. Yeah, that worm was... so, the fact that our opponent had no play on 3 was what got us that game. If they would have been able to make their... I don't like this hand, actually. I'm gonna redraw it. I don't like it. I don't like Coastal Huntsman. I don't like Maddening Whisper in an opener. That just doesn't look good to me. This one I can get behind. Now, let's see what our draw says if I want. I think I'm going to play this pledge. I think I want to ensure 4th power here. Bold.
I'll find my way.
So this means 3, I get to play the Painter, 4, Wormstone, 5, grab 2 power from the deck.
Rule number 1, don't drop your
Okay.
tools.
Okay, Ancient Defenses looks nice. We're missing the power for it, but that's okay. We can get there.
The runes light the way.
So we're going to go Dune Painter. So I don't like how slow our start is here. If our opponent actually has like a weapon for this, they can really put us to the sword a little too quick for us to be able to recover. I don't like that. Okay, the fact that they're just playing Rampant Growth is very good for me. Yo! Okay, that's gonna be a board wipe in a couple turns, so... Pretty happy about that. Alright, so we can do Awaken twice, and then we can go and deal with our opponent's board. Okay, so... And we get the fire. Good. Alright, are you ready for the machine gun next turn? Okay. So let's go 1, 2. And... oh! Perfect. Beautiful. I'm so glad that we got our Amplify combo off. Sure, you can Dark Return that. I can answer it pretty well, I think. If you make it a 6/6, that's a bit of an annoyance, but it's not enough of an annoyance. Three to an enemy. Oh, goodness. Ooh, they got the Discover off. The illegal goods. Okay, so they might be able to find removal out of that. There's a lot of cards out of there that could answer a 7/7 pretty easily. No blocks here. We're going to take that.
Another glass?
Okay, let's... Want to, like, give you the Dispel, or do I just want to play out the unit? I think the Dispel is good here, and then we just keep answering things. Oh, that's beautiful. That's the exact card I want in this situation. So you got a chump. And this is exactly the sort of thing I want on the board. I want to heal my life total so I can't just die to some sort of like random pump spell. We keep getting this going up. Hey, we got our Overwhelmer. Again, the tour of our deck complete. Like the box animation on the cargo. Yeah, the cargo's nice. That card's really good, by the way. Alright, 5-1. We got 3 games remaining at max. Can we make it to 7? Or will Russenbeast be the end of us? I don't like this opener too terribly much. It's okay. Seek power for... That's actually not too bad. Let's keep this, actually. The Seek Power changed my mind on that considerably. I thought, like, oh, I'm off color, but, like, no, it's actually not as off color as you think. So grab that Time Sigil. Ooh, Maddening Whisper for a super long game. And an Awaken. Okay. That's good. Awaken on 3 might be the play. Yeah, Awaken on 3 to make sure I get a 5 seems right. Really happy with that card. That's a really good flex card. Nothing. Not even make your token. Interesting. Not even make the token. They must have a kill spell then, or an ambush. Yeah. Sure, I don't care about Sloth. Oh my god, make 1 spider. The Torrent of Spider. No! I was gonna dispel that! Ah! Damn! You jerk!
Trust in yourself.
That's a really good play there. Make 1 spider. Ooh, Ancient Bauble. Alright, so we still dispel that, and then hopefully we draw into a... Yeah, so we dispel this. Hi. You're not doing that. I'm not getting hit by that one again. Hello! 7/7s have arrived.
These ruins date back thousands of years.
I really like the call out on. I love these ancient ruins. Look at how great and cool they are. Why, look at how important they tend to be.
Weak mind, weak form.
Force that 1/1 in. Get rid of one of your chumps. Hey, there's that Sentinel. They didn't get the bauble off that. They got the bauble off of this thing. Because this thing only grabs, like, it grabs Sentinels or relics, but they got the bauble off of this. So.
heals all.
Alright, here's our really, really cool
An unexpected find.
5. Alright, I need to draw an untapped sigil here to win on the spot. Well, okay, fine. What if I didn't need to draw an untapped sigil there? Let's just do this. Goodbye. Alright, on to the final game. Well, the penultimate game, perhaps, or the final game. This is good. This is the sort of dichotomy I wanted to have with this. Our first draft, getting a bit of understanding. The second draft, being able to use that knowledge a little bit. Leaning on older plans while using newer ones is the sort of thing I like to see here. And also following the Jeskai way. Sandworms are definitely of the Jeskai way. How many times have I copied that worm? I've gone for it, like, I think 4 times and succeeded 3. Something like that. Copying that worm is a 3-mana 7/7. And as we all know about how good 4-mana 7/7s are, 3-mana 7/7s are even better. Quarter as much. It's real good. We just have to wait for our final opponent. I think we do have to take the... Oh god, this is so close to good. You're Crazy Poth, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it a lot. I'm glad that you... I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you've got your slime. Real happy about the little slimes. I still need to make gold slime. Ah, the Keenan versus Kel. I'm gonna keep this. We're off a color, but I like having this as an option in our hand. I don't think I'll play it, obviously, but... Ooh, nice fate. Okay, let's go grab our primal. So the best draw in the world would be a stranger. Yeah, the slime will be the gold. Oh, for 12 month. Well, you're like on time-ish, you know? That's close. That's almost there. I mean, it's exactly what I wanted, though. It gets us our iceberg shiny find. Ooh, that gets taken off the table. That's fine. They get their sigil for it, but we get to play shiny find. Or...
Weak mind, weak form.
Let's make that 1/1 get in here. If we draw a 5th power, we get our Moon Vanguard, and the Moon Vanguard's real as heck.
Another glass.
Okay. So let's go ahead and take our, you know, kill. I'll take that.
Trust in yourself.
What happens on 0 power reckless? Yeah, they can't attack. A reckless unit can. A 0 power unit cannot attack.
You must not be freed.
What's up? That's a really loud sound clip, my dude.
Ah, an unexpected find.
So Maddening Whisper is what's gonna make this one dumb. So we'll kill the 3/3. Oh! Uh-huh. Need to draw Dispel, huh?
The forest holds many secrets.
Sadly, the mask would have been a really good play there to snipe that off, but...
He must not be freed.
Okay. Like, we can kill it, but we lose our entire board. I don't like that at all. We need a... Like, how do I want to draw Dispel. I want to draw ways around it at best. I also want to draw units to give them flying. That's sort of the other reason I'm waiting. So our opponent has a archaeologist that doesn't do anything. Sure. Wow. Our opponent's got the hella power going on. That's a lot.
Ah, an unexpected
3/3
find.
no text. Let's go ahead and get some power out of the deck. Again, Dispel's what we want to see. Don't have a polymorph. I love their opponent's two colors. Yo! Yikes! Ugh. It's how much Necrotol, huh? 7/7 Necrotol. Okay. So this one's going to end very, very soon. I don't see us having any sort of breakers that end this siege we're under. Ah, Thudrock. Damn. That's a weapon! Okay, so our opponent ramps to the moon, huh? Improvised Club, that's like a cheap Sword of the Sky King at common. Wow, Bawaba. That gets the job done. Okay. Yeah, the threat of Wrath of God kind of knocked us out there. I think and then, of course, the Necrotol being sort of the door being shut on us. Anyway, to the final game. Real excited about that. That was a 2-color flat build. There was no third color in there. So they were, like, hyper in on this one plan. Byronosaurus Rex. Let's take the redraw on this. That looks good. We get the mask, we get, this actually looks good. I like the Wormstone here. Okay, we get our 4th power. Yeah, you can Magic Mulligan. You only get it once. It's after your second mull, and you can choose to mull to 6 if things look like super bad. This is a very new change.
Stand aside.
No. Yeah, you don't get that. The other thing I can just kill with this, like Display of Instinct, so that's not a problem, but you can't have Necrotol. I'm not losing twice in a row to the same card. But yeah, the other thing is 4 toughness, so that means I can just die to my blast. Multiple blasters, actually, and our opponent doesn't seem to have a lot of minions in hand. They might go all in on this. Ooh, ramp, uh-oh. That makes things a little more dangerous, because they can actually play that unit on the next turn. So... I might have to blast it right away. Yeah, I think we're gonna blast it right away.
Trust in yourself.
It's not the greatest plan, but... let's get you off the board. But its hand is a 9-drop and then 3 unknowns. So I feel like we've got a little bit of time. Not a ton of time, but a little bit of time.
Another glass?
Sure. So next turn we get to play Temple Sheehan plus Dragon Breath to take care of that.
Stand down, citizen.
Actually, I probably take care of that now that I look at it.
Weak mind, weak form.
There's 7. Do they have one? Yikes! More ramp. Uh-oh. They might be able to play that 9 on time, and that's, well. Sup? How's it going? If you didn't draw power, I'm killing that. Which is great. I want that thing off the table. Okay. That makes sense. I believe we win this, though. So because our opponent goes to 11, and then next turn they play the 7/7, which has no text. If it was still a Necrotol, they'd be really good, but I think we ended here, and that was a close one. Alright, we made it. So we did the 1-3 and the 7-1. The dark mirrors of each other. Or sorry, 7-2. Close to mirrors. Happy with the outcome on this. This was a really fun deck. We get our full refund, plus a number of cards. What are you? Street Leecher. 3/4 War Cry. Ultimate, when you play a weapon on Street Leecher, give an enemy unit and each copy in the enemy hand and deck -1/-1. Alright. Nice. Yeah, I think let's end this off on opening some packs. I'm just gonna, without, we'll just open these without even looking at them. But the new set, we'll do a little bit of talking over cards we see. Hey Vara, how you doing? You're always good. So, our packs of the new set. Let's go ahead and see what we've got. So we've seen most of these. Ooh, Ooh, yeah, this is really a good aggressive creature. Attacks for 5 with Overwhelm. Savagery. Triple Influence, 1-cost spell. Now, this is the sort of thing I love in Eternal. Because this is the sort of thing that only works in Eternal, right? Killer and Overwhelm. Okay. Interesting. Alright, anything new in the urn, the harp? We saw the harp. Umbral Edge. Ooh, that's a relic weapon that empowers. I like that a lot. That's pretty good. Amplify 4, give one of your... Yo, what a good unit there. And our rare is Shadowlands Border Scout, flying pledge. When Shadowlands Border Scout hits the enemy player, draw a card for each damage dealt. Oh, so if this ever gets any weapons at all, enjoy. All right. Warlock's Brew. Give an enemy unit and each other enemy unit with the same name in play. -2/-2 this. That's cool as hell. Yo. Well, that's fast spell too, so that's like good removal, good trick. Nice. Pay 90 of Forgeborn +2 for each of your other units. Oh, you just go heavy, huh? Alright. Parry. Give one of your units +2 health this turn. It deals 2 damage to an enemy unit. Oh, that's also really cool. Nice trick. It's a good trick. Ashen Snake Pit. When you play your first spell in the turn, make a 3/1 Flame Snake. Cool. Board breaker indeed, yeah. Elvish Swindler. We saw this a little earlier, but we didn't talk about it. It just grabs a relic with Toss Cooler Less and plays it. The Scald, which is danger level high. Hey, some cargo. That's a card I always want to have because I want 4 of those, basically, forever. Pitfall Trap. Oh, goodness. Once per turn, you may pay 1 to draw a card, then discard a card. Use only if you've played a unit. Summon, deal 1 damage to an enemy. What a odd set of abilities, but a pretty powerful one. That's an Eternal card if I've ever seen one. Would parry interact with Death Touch? Yes. Display of Knowledge, we saw this do hella stuff. What's the other things on this? Draw a relic from your deck, or give one of your units +2 on quick draw. That's not until end of turn. Oh, wow, that's a strong one. Ooh, the Smugglers. Okay. So the Smugglers are, again, like the merchants from the previous set, though instead of having a market, they have the black market. The black market cannot have cards that are in your main deck. So, like, in the market, you could play, like, your 4th Crown or your 4th Roach or something like that on your side deck and then be playing 7 of them. But this one specifically has to be sideboard-type cards. Also, it's a 3/3 lifesteal for 3, so nice body. Yeah, black market doesn't let you run 7 harsh rules. Yikes, that gets really big really fast. Oh, what a good bird! Check out this bird! Disassociate. Negate an enemy spell and put it in the enemy hand, or put an enemy attachment in the enemy hand, then increase its cost by 3. Okay, so like a remand. Antique Polisher. Summon, reduce the cost of a relic by 2. Oh, 4/3 for 4/2 for 3. That's nice. Mini 4/3. Yeah, I like that bird. Good bird. All right, 7 harsh rules. Yeah. To quick show you what I mean by 7 harsh rules. Deck limit reached. Really? Wow. There's a deck limit. Oh, I didn't know that. Huh. I haven't tried to make a new deck yet, so... But yeah, so yeah, you play 3 harsh rules. And then you play your merchants. And then your harsh rules in the market. So whenever you draw this merchant, you can swap it for a harsh rule, or swap a card in your hand for harsh rule. So your first harsh rule, it's like you have 7 harsh rules in your main deck. So anyway, that's going to be all for today. Thank you all for joining. I'm glad we had some fun times. We had drafts of all sizes today, and I think that's perfect. So, thank you all for joining. If you want to catch more things like this, more cards, more other things I end up doing, La Milana 2 on Mondays, Final Fantasy 12 on Wednesdays, all sorts of odds and ends like that. You can always follow, see when I go live. They tend to be later in the evening, around 7 Central Time. If you want to support the channel, you can always subscribe. You get access to the cool skull, and you get access to the cool slime. And, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for joining. Have a good night, everybody.